narcissists, and it makes them unhappy. They feel like you shouldn't talk. Alright, so today I'm checking out Depeche Mode, Enjoy the Silence. And yes, this is my first time hearing it, so pardon me if I'm not pronouncing it correctly. But one of the reasons why I decided to take on this song is because I've always heard the name Depeche Mode thrown around in conversations around iconic synth pop or electronic music. And this track actually seems to be one of their biggest, released in 1990, and it was I think it was on their Violator album, and many fans actually call this album like the peak of their creativity. So obviously I have to check it out. Now here's the part that actually caught my attention, right? The song was originally written to be a slow ballad, but the band decided to turn it into this atmospheric, synth driving song, and it worked. It worked greatly. Martin Gore wrote the song, and the song is basically about how you have to listen in relationships and you don't always have to talk, because sometimes talking in the relationship, you may say the things you shouldn't and you may ruin the relationship. So these are the things I found out when I was deep diving into the song, trying to get context to understand what I'm checking out today, right? And this is something that resonated with me because there was a time in my life where my mouth was a razor blade, and if you say or do something I don't like, I will cut you with the words from my mouth, and it usually, makes things worse. And I've had to learn that is not the way to go about it. So I'm super excited for this because it's something I'm familiar with, and it's something that most people resonate with. So I want to see how the song, the lyrics, the production, the mood all come together. So I'm definitely super excited for this one. So without further ado, let's check out what Depeche Mode Enjoy the Silence actually sounds, feel like. Let's check it out. Okay. Love the visuals. I love this sound. I love this sound. I love it. I love it. Oh my god.
Words like violence break the silence, come crashing into my little world. Painful to me, it's right through me. Can't you understand? Oh, my little girl. All I ever wanted, all I ever needed is here in my arms. Words are very unnecessary. They can only do harm.
Oh my god, yeah. Okay.
Vows are spoken to be broken. Feelings are intense. Words are trivial. Pleasures remain. So does the pain. Words are meaningless and forgettable. All I ever wanted, all I ever needed is here in my arms. Words are very unnecessary. They can only do harm.
I love the visuals.
only too hard.
Okay, so I actually don't agree with the song. I don't agree with the song because he said words are meaningless. Okay, for someone like me, my love language is actually words of affirmation, reassurance, reassure me, affirm me again and again. That is one of my core love languages. So, no, for me, words are not meaningless. But I understand like saying how some words, some things you say can be hurtful. But like I don't think words are meaningless because it is very, very necessary to communicate. Because I used to be someone who like once I get angry, I get sporadic, I start saying things that will cut you like a razor blade. But I didn't realize I was doing that until my partner at the time called me out on it and we talked about it, we communicated. So I feel like there should be like a line between communication and like knowing when to talk and knowing how to talk and not knowing when to talk or not knowing what to say, whatever. Because I feel like communication is key. In fact, it's very paramount. And for someone like me, whose love language is words of affirmation, come on, words are everything for me. They are not meaningless, but I completely understand like how saying some things can actually damage a relationship. But then again, this is two sides of the coin in the sense that this can be easily like a narcissist can easily resonate with the song. I don't mean to offend anyone, but like the visualizations of the song of like a king that just wants to be alone and he's saying words are meaningless. It's like it also comes across as a man or a man that wants to avoid confrontation because many men are like that. Like you can't even say yo, this thing you're doing is not right, this thing you're doing is hurtful. They take it, they get defensive, they hate confrontation, they feel like you shouldn't talk, you shouldn't say their mind because it makes them unhappy that they are not doing enough. And that is typically not how it's supposed to be. Communication, it's meant to help your relationship. Like it is not you versus you, it is two of you against the problem. So communication should not be discouraged in a relationship because that is the beginning of the end, in my opinion. So I feel like in a relationship where you feel like your words are meaningless, please leave. Because if you're talking and communicating that someone is hurting you and they make you feel like you shouldn't talk, you shouldn't express how you feel, that is bad. That is completely bad and that is not okay. Now, I'm not saying that is what the song is about, but I'm saying there are two sides of the coin to the message, right? I personally don't agree that words are meaningless because as children, there are some hurtful things that our parents say when we're growing up that we hold on to for the rest of our lives, which is also what he's trying to say, right? Words can damage things, but then there are also nice things that were said to me growing up that I've held on to for the rest of my I've held on to for the entirety of my existence. So that also goes to show that words are not meaningless and they're like seeds. If you plant them, they will grow. So there are two sides of the coin to the message. But I personally, I love, oh my god, I love the song. I love the sing, the electronic music. No, I don't know. I don't know. I really liked it. I liked the tune. I liked everything. And to think this was meant to be a slow song, changed and converted into this is amazing. Because this was an absolute pleasure. And I hope you also enjoyed it. Let me know in the comment section if you agree with me that this is a two sides coin. If you agree with me, Are you for or are you against the thought that words are meaningless? Let me know in the comment section. And please don't forget to support the channel by hitting the like button, subscribing, turning on your notification bell so you don't miss my next video. And if you'd like to make a special request here of your favorite song, you can now do that through Buy Me Coffee, and the link will be in the description down below. You can buy as many coffees as you want because I'm never, ever, ever saying never. Alright? So until next time, guys. Bye.